Yeah, we're going. We're on. Welcome to the Brown Spade Podcast Show. We're here today on this good, lovely, Good Friday. Is What's the weather there, Cleve, in Atlanta?
It's cold, man. It's cold. It's like
Dude,
50 some degrees.
whew, dude,
Yeah.
it's 90 degrees here.
Ooh, send me some of that.
I got the
Put it
fan.
text it to me. Email it to me.
I got the fan blowing on me right now. Hey, it's 90 degrees, yo. Crazy, crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So today we'll be talking about when friends become family. Um, well, before I start, let me say that you know when you grow up, when you're growing up, when you as a kid, you have friends. Some are closer than others. And it's like one of those things as when time goes on. Sometimes people move away. It's for many many different reasons. And so for me to have a friend as well as a co-host, my friend Cleveland, I've been knowing Cleve for over 30 years.
Yeah.
Over
Since
30,
89?
yeah, something like that.
89. Since 89? Yeah.
Yeah. Now I have a couple more friends that I did grow up with, and we've been knowing each other for 40 plus years, which is a long time as well. But today I'm giving my we're talking about my co-host today, so I'm talking about Cleveland. So I just want to let you know, man, that I appreciate you, and I hope this platform take off and we go further. We can take this to different places in the
Oh,
in the,
yeah.
in the near future. Um, yeah, man. So let's. I'm gonna go ahead and open the door and let you in. I just want to give you your roses while you still here to smell them.
I appreciate you, brother. And same here. Yeah, like I said, we've been on each other since 89. And I mean from the first time we met, we just hit it off. It was boom, boom. I'm Cleveland. I'm Daniel. What's going on? We introduced ourselves, and we've been friends ever since. Matter of fact, we was neighbors
Yeah,
twice in two different communities.
that's true.
Yeah, we
That
was
is
neighbors as kids, and then we ended up moving into a subdivision. And you bought your house, I bought my house, and we was. Matter of fact, it might have been the same
true.
distance that we were
Yeah,
as
yeah,
kids. Like I look out my front door and can see your house
that is so true.
in
That,
the
yeah,
over
that's
there on the
crazy.
west side of Atlanta, and then I could
Yeah,
look out my house and see your house
yeah,
when
that's
we
crazy.
moved in our community. And it's only a few people. Like I've lived in you know several states. I lived in South Carolina, New York, and Georgia. And
Right.
I've accumulated, a lot of friends, people that I met, during the years. But it's not too many that, that I considered family. There's not too many that I will pick up the phone and call.
Right.
But Daniel, you are one of those guys who, no matter what, we pick up the phone and we're gonna conversate and we gonna laugh. We're gonna, hell, we may even cry.
Yeah.
We gonna really get deep down into conversation, and
Yeah.
and we give each other advice. We hold each other accountable for for our
Yeah. We
decisions.
do.
Hey,
We
brother,
do.
I don't think you should do that. Or you may be
Yeah.
like, well, look at it like this, Cleveland. I might say, well, Dan, you look at it like that. And
Right.
we bounce ideas and
Yeah.
stuff off
All
each
the
other
time.
all the time.
All the time.
Yeah, we ain't just friends because we agree with everything, the other one says.
That's
We
true.
family. I mean, we
Right.
definitely,
We
we
value each other. We value each other's opinion
oh yeah.
because there's
Oh
plenty
yeah.
of times I come to you because I know sometimes, a lot of times, as men, we can get caught up in our thoughts and think we're right all the time. So for me, I always like to hear it from a different perspective. It helps me navigate my thoughts sometimes when my thoughts can be a bit cloudy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we we both, we both one cell from going back to how it used to be. So we have to call we have to call each other, be like, yo, man, listen, what you think about this, man? Because I'm really about to, turn up.
Yeah.
Jump off the deep edge. I mean, several times you call me and I'd be like, well, Daniel, listen, man. Yeah, back in the day we would have went there, but right now, man, we got a lot to lose. And the same, you do the same.
Yeah,
man. And I appreciate you over the years because we both seen our kids grow up.
yeah,
We both, see our families, prosper and grow. And at the same time, we both, went through our divorce and everything,
yeah.
together. And we was there for each other.
Yeah, that's crazy because
Oh yeah, it was crazy, but
yeah,
that's rare. That's rare that that. I mean, I've had brothers, but
right,
I really consider you a brother because it's things that we have talked about that I will only tell my
right,
family or close family or close brothers.
right.
You know,
And same here. It's like some things that you could talk about some certain subjects about, then some, but with me and you, it's like we could talk about just about any subject. I mean, there is no subject that we have not went over.
mm,
And that's what I like about it. It's like our friendship was evolving as we grew and evolved. Our friendship grew and evolved as well. Because again, you're not the same person you were when you were 13. I'm not the same person I was when I was 15. So as we grew, we were developing at the same time. We were growing at the same time. You see what I'm saying? And even though I remember you went off to, because you went off to college. I'm 2 years older than you, correct? Yeah. So you went off to college, and I went straight to the workforce and stuff like that. And I just remember, wishing you well, and I was inspiring you, telling you, go ahead, do your thing. I think you was going to school for journalism or something like that. Yeah, and I was, we was pushing for you in the gazebo, man. Go ahead, do your thing, whatever. And then those few years passed by. I got into a relationship and then wound up getting married.
And we still stayed in contact.
We never lost contact. That was the whole.
Never did. We still stayed in contact.
Yeah, that was the whole luxury of the friendship because we never lost contact.
Yeah, I came by your house and your dog bit me.
Yeah. I was. Yeah.
Your dog bit me on the leg.
I was a homeowner in my early 20s. I bought a home at 21, and Cleve came over to visit.
Then I started doing real estate.
I had Rottweiler.
Yeah, bit me on my leg. And I started doing real estate. And I used one of the first I called and said, hey, man, these houses looking lovely. Let's get us one. Let's get the house we want built from the ground up.
And I gave you my first. I gave you your first sale.
Yeah, you did. You did. Yeah.
I put my agent to the side and I chose you.
Yeah. And we always, I mean, we've never fell out about anything or nothing. I've had guys that come through my life, friends and people, who I met, and we was cool and everything. But then, one thing about my personality is I don't play when it comes to friendship. I take it seriously.
Yeah, me too.
And if you're not genuine, 9 times out of 10, I peep it out, and I'm not going to be around you. So a lot of people I have lost, through me growing up because I take that friendship thing seriously. I really do.
And then I realized too, you know, as we make the progress in the evolution of becoming men, some people just not gonna grow the same way that you grow. Not saying that you're better than them. It is just stating that we're not on the same frequency right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and that's what I would say in the luxury about our friendship is that we did not, even though we was growing at the same time. And even though you went off to college and I was still doing, we were still evolving. You see what I'm saying? So we were still able to have conversation, different types of conversation as we were evolving as well. Where we've had friends that we did have, you know, that we grew up with. They still our friends, but even now, certain conversations, they will be, you know, not saying we're better or anything like that. They just won't be able to, you know, won't be able to have a conversation.
They won't be able to bring anything to the conversation. Yeah.
Right.
And that's the thing
with it's nothing personal. I mean, we got love for the guys or whatever. Excuse me. But that's just the to me, that's just the beauty of it. You know what I'm saying about our relationship. I remember another episode. This is the second home when we were neighbors the second time around. I was at the fire station and my dog had passed away.
It wasn't the same one that bit me though.
No, it wasn't.
Hey, because I probably wouldn't have did what I did if it was the same one.
Yeah. And I remember when my dog passed away, and I'm stuck at the fire station, you know, and you know they're not gonna let you leave for certain little things like that. And I got on the phone and I said, Cleve, man, I said, I really need you, you know.
Yeah.
And he was like, what is it, man? You know, what is it? I said, you know, my dog Snug, you know, he just passed away. And you know, my ex-wife, she didn't know what to do. And my son, he's down there, you know, he's a little boy at this time. And I said, so you told me you'll go down there and see what you can do. So I got back on the phone and called and said, Cleve on this way. So I remember you put them away. You got them out the house. I wrapped them up and you put them away. And I was okay with that. I was at peace with that. But then also, even though it was a pet, it was a dog, but it just showed me also your character.
Yeah.
You know, and I'll never forget that. You know, I'll never forget that. It stood out with me because I was at a time where, I mean, that in that particular moment, I'm in the house, but not in the house because at the fire station, you work 24 hours. You know, you're stuck there. You know, unless it's, you know, something serious like life or death, then of course they're gonna let you go. But so yeah, man. So that was a moment for me, man. I said, you know what, man? I said, man, I felt indebted.
Yeah. I mean, but you know, just us growing up, it's some stories that we can't say that we've been through together.
Right.
You know where I'm coming from. Like it's situations where,
right.
Yeah, like you was my dude, man. I mean, we stuck together.
Yeah.
You know, even
and
when
every time we went out as teens, you know.
Yeah.
Cleveland never have to worry about me leaving him behind.
Yeah. We had each other back, man. And it's real, man. Like
he never had to, you know, feel like I don't know about Daniel. You know, he never had that thought in his mind. He knew when I'm there, I'm there, you know.
Yeah, because I mean I didn't went across a couple of heads over
yeah. Yeah.
Because we just always had that bond, man. Because me coming from New York and, you know, being around my brother, my cousin, and all of them. I mean, that's just how we was. If you was considered a friend, you considered family. You know, and I had your back, you had mine. That's just the way I was raised. Right. And you know, it's rare. You don't see that nowadays. You know, and that's what I used to tell my daughter all the time. Like, especially with women, it's different. You know, women are different. Men, we normally stay in contact, but women fall in and out of, you know, friendship. But I told my daughter, like, you know, there's only so many people you're gonna have, like the people you went to high school with, you may have one or two that you're gonna stay in contact with.
Right.
You know, elementary, you may have one, and in middle school, you may have one there, but you know, I've always, all my friends that I have now is considered family.
Yeah.
I mean, I Chuck, it's several who, you know, we all get on the phone and we could just talk and reminisce.
Yeah.
You know, my boy Terrell, like me and him, family. I mean, we've been through a lot together, but I don't take it lightly. If I'm your friend, I'm your friend. I got your back. But you have to, you know, do the same for me. It ain't no one-sided. And a lot of people I have cut loose because they didn't bring anything to the friendship.
And we don't take it for granted. Like we don't put each other in a stressful moment either. Like in a, you know, like, you know, we won't put each other in a you know, you have some people, you know, they'll borrow money from you. And I've had friendship with, I've had a friend, you know what I'm talking about.
And you'll fall out over that.
And we fell out about that. I mean, I've loaned him some money. And this guy been knowing me for years, you know what I'm saying? And you know, when he didn't pay me back, I cut him off, you know. And I'm gonna stop right. I'm not gonna go in any further about what I would have done, what I was about to do. But he ruined that. But at the same time, it showed me his character.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, so let me take a step back, because, you know, if I do what's in my mind, then I'm about to put myself, you know, behind bars, because I'm thinking crazy. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, let me not put myself in that position, but because I've came too far. So
and that's because you cherish friendship, like you cherish it, and don't take advantage of you know, don't take my kindness for a weakness. Me,
don't take it for weakness. Right,
I always tell a person, which I don't like. For instance, if you was to come to me and want to, you know, to borrow anything, I know that you need it. You know what I'm saying? I know that you need it.
Right.
You know, and I have no problem with giving, you know, if I can help, you know, but, you know, I have fell out with people before, you know, and I
mean, even with family members, you fall out, you know, behind certain things like that, especially with money, because it's like they taking you're being taken for granted.
And I always tell them, I say, listen, you know, I'm gonna let you borrow this because I don't need it right back. But if I need it right back, I wouldn't give it to you. But I know that 99.9% of the time you're not gonna get it back. But me letting you borrow this money is gonna tell me more about you than it tells about me. You know, and people they will be mad at you because they let you borrow money, and when it's time to give it back, you know, is not, they don't give it back to you the same way they received it.
Right.
So for me, I don't typically, you know, let people borrow money, especially if
I don't
especially if I don't consider you, you know, family. Because when I say family, I'm not talking about just by blood. I'm just talking about our relationship is a bond to where we, you know, we are considered family. Right. But yeah, and it's a few people that, you know, that I consider family, you know, that I've been through a lot with, you know, and you know, we will go, you know, to bat for each other. You know, you got my back, I got your back. You know, but it's not too many people that you could say that actually, you know, that would do this. You know,
yeah, man. But
and it's crazy because we used to do reunions, you know, going back to where we grew up at, and that used to be fun. It used to be fun, and I want to get back to doing that once everything opened back up, you know, because you know, but it's some people that you can only do once a year. You can't do them every day. You can't do them every other day. You can't do them. You can only do them once a year. Now that's a different type of friend. That's a friend that you be like, boy, that boy crazy, but man, I can't deal with him. Like somebody take him home, because he gonna come. He gonna wanna he gonna come. He gonna want to borrow money. He gonna need a ride.
Right.
I mean, he just come with a whole lot of stuff.
Right. Right.
You love him to death,
Yeah.
but you can only deal with him once a year, like Santa Claus. Only once a year.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. And then you have the friends who, I got friends that I don't have to talk to them every day. I could go months, years, and when I pick up the phone and call them,
Right.
it's like we never ever stop talking.
Right.
The conversation is great, and we just be we be on the phone for hours just talking, just catching up,
Right.
and reminiscing.
And then like like I work in the fire department, and I have some guys that they're great associates, but it's a difference between associates and friends. Big difference. I mean, as far as that, when I'm at work, we're great. I remember when I first came into the fight. Well, we was in recruit school, man, and I was just, I'm all happy and being friendly with everybody, and I just wanted, I'm thinking in my mind, hey, we're gonna be, friends and this close bond, and that's how I was thinking, that's how it felt at the time. And and again, I get it. Everybody got dispersed out and went to the different stations and stuff like that. And I was like, man, at first everybody was calling around, checking on, hey, what's going on? Everything was good, everything was good. And then all of a sudden, it just started slowing down.
Yeah,
slowing down.
It's like a new relationship.
Yeah. It's like, damn, what I'm saying? You haven't heard from this guy, then you haven't heard from that guy, And I remember one of the guys, I brought him to my house, had breakfast, at my house and everything, let him know, hey man, I want us to be buddies. Like I want us to go through this whole process, even though we're at different stations, different locations, that's fine, And he was a white guy. I'm not gonna call his name, but he was a white guy, good guy. And I always thought we was gonna stay in contact, what I'm saying? But hey man, it happens, for whatever reason. But it's all good. But then I realized as my career went on, I realized, that's when I realized, okay, I'm at work. You see what I'm saying, Clee? I'm at work. And I work with these guys. These guys are my associates. If they want to be friends, they'll let themselves be seen and heard. I will get an invite or something like that, but and this is before the COVID thing, so I'm not gonna make no excuses for that. But that's cool. But it just, but I realized, and once when I told myself that, it helped me put things in more perspective. Like I say, I lost one of my good friends, my good friend Eric, may he rest peacefully. And so now it's just, really it's you and Craig, you know what I'm saying? So that's I mean, as far as like tight, that's it. That's pretty much it for me. Now everybody else, they close associates. I like you, I get along with you, but these my riders right here. You know what I'm saying? And y'all both on two different cylinders, but we on the same, you know what I'm saying? But y'all on my team, so hey, that's just the way it is.
And it's something because I got, and I think I get this from my mother, just meet people, different places we've been in.
Right.
Because I have a lot of people that I know, and a lot of people that consider me, their friend or whatever. So it's funny because anytime somebody looking for somebody, they always call me and be like, "Hey, have you talked to so-and-so?" I'll be like, "Yeah, I seen him on Facebook. Hey man, hook me up with him. Tell him to call me or whatever." But it's always been like that. Like I've like I said, I've lived in three different states.
Right.
And I'm talking about, two major cities, one small, well, really three major cities and one small city, and I've met a lot of people. So, over the years, which just people I know, that we talk, through social media and stuff like that, and I was surprised that they keep up with me because every now and then they'll inbox me, hey man, you got a beautiful family, this, that, and the third,
Right.
and so I was, you know, started learning that over the years that people will they will watch you and they will admire you,
Yes.
and it's amazing how
It's crazy. I
yeah
know exactly what you're talking about.
how,
Right.
how every people will watch you, and in this social media world is something else because they watch you and they really watch you and be like, damn, like, is he really? Because I talk to people all the time, like I'm vegan. They,
Right.
I talk to people all the time or whatever, and they be like, "You still vegan?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm still vegan."
Yeah.
This for me, it's a lifestyle. It's not a. It wasn't an over the road thing, overnight thing. No, this is a lifestyle for me. So yeah, I'm still vegan, and I give people advice all the time on just different things to do, how to eat or whatever. And I post something, they see it, they be like, hey man, I might post a picture of me, at a restaurant, whatever, and they got chicken on the table. They'll inbox me, hey man, I thought you said you was vegan. I
Right.
be like, I am vegan. I'm sitting at a table, or I'm taking a picture by some people that's eating chicken, but I'm not eating the chicken.
Right.
Oh, okay. I just, and that's the only reason why they contact me. They didn't call
Yeah.
see how I was
Yeah.
doing it. They just want to make sure that I'm saying who I say I am.
Yeah. It's crazy. And those are the
Yeah,
ones, like I
people
said,
watch.
they watch you. They're great associates, but they sit back and it's like they're in the bleachers
Yeah, yeah,
and they just waiting on you to slip. You
yeah,
know, they waiting on you to for that day that the sun don't shine your way. It's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. And I have, guys who are co-workers who I work with that over the year, we had a lot in common as far as trucking and all
Right.
that. We have became close or whatever. Because I have a pretty solid circle that I deal with right now. That
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with,
Right.
and we're pretty close. Um, and it's we talk all the time. We talk whether we talking business, whether we talking family,
Mhm.
whether we talking the podcast and everything.
Right.
I just have a pretty solid circle right now that supports me, supports you, support us on our journey, whatever.
Right. Right.
Um,
And thank y'all for the ones who I don't know y'all. Thank you. I appreciate
yeah,
it.
yeah, we definitely appreciate it because we're trying to get this thing to grow, to
Right.
really grow.
Right.
Um, and I hope that that I continue to keep my circle like this because everything is seasonal.
Right.
You may have guys that you deal with, this
Yeah.
time of year and the next year, they so busy,
Things,
that
things happen.
that you can't even get to them or they can't get
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah.
And
Things.
most of the guys I know, they understand that. They like I said, we could go months and years not talking, and we pick right back up.
Right.
We pick right back up. I got guys who I grew up with who are older than me.
Right.
I had one of the guys who I grew up with. We talked the other day and it touched me because he just was like, I really appreciate, the young man that you became. Now you're a grown man. He's like, I really appreciate, your friendship. I appreciate, the things that you bring, to the community. He said, I really appreciate that. I appreciate him because I looked up to him, growing up. You
Right.
know, yeah. So
Yeah. That's
yeah,
what's up.
yeah, man. And me and you, we have a long history.
Yeah. I remember taking you back to my hood, back to my projects where I'm from in Atlanta.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I remember that, at times I brought you down. Actually, I brought a few cats down. I remember Lindell brought old Lindell down there too. May he rest in peace too.
Yeah, we and that's the thing. This is one thing you probably don't know, but you are the reason. You're the reason why I started liking Atlanta, because I was ready to go back. I was ready to leave. I'm not gonna lie. You was the reason, because you took me. I never forget. You took me to a party.
Yeah.
You know where you grew up at, and I'm in there, and I'm not used to, you know, the fad dancing and the booty shaking music. I mean, if they dancing like that where I'm from, you know, it was more Jamaican music, slow dancing. Y'all dancing like that fast. I'm like, y'all gonna hurt something. So I'm sitting there listening. You like, hey man, if you wanna, you wanna holler at these girls, you gotta get up on them and dance. And I'm like, man, I can't dance that damn fast. And you like, hey man, that's just the way it is. I'm like,
how we
man,
do it here. That's how we do it here. Yeah.
You, Tonio, y'all was taking me to the skating ring with y'all, taking me to the clubs with y'all. Y'all started really introducing me to Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta culture. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I really appreciate y'all, because I wasn't feeling Atlanta at first. I really wasn't.
Right.
And what we grew up at, we was close.
In reality, you were homesick. I mean, that's just, it's a natural feeling for somebody when they leave home. They're gonna feel some kind of way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I was not used to.
Right.
I was not used to.
I'm not homesick. Let me say that.
I know you not. That beautiful weather.
It's 90-degree weather down here.
But we grew up, and we one thing, we was close. Our whole clique.
Yeah, we had a close.
I don't think these kids will understand the meaning of, watch my back. I got your back. You got mine.
Right.
And there was a crew of us, because even though we stayed in them little apartments, we didn't play. We had each other back.
And I think the young kids today, they're thinking that they have to join some type of gang just to be close knit. You don't have to be in a gang to be close knit. You know, you ain't got to be cripping in blood and all this crazy stuff just to be close knit. Just look out for one another. It's y'all are neighbors. That is your neighbor, and that is part of being your brother's keeper. But not to get involved with anything negative, like drugs, anything going to put you in prison or early grave. That's not what I'm saying.
Because once you leave that gang, they not coming to put nothing on your books. They not coming to take care of your kids. They not coming to look out for you. No. You just another person, another body that was filling that slot, and now you go. It's almost like a job. Once you gone, they forget about you. Yeah, nobody's gonna take care of your kids while you locked up. Nobody's gonna come see you while you locked up. They may go to your funeral and cry, but that's it.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, but again, it's about growing. And to me, that's not growing. How can you be? But that's a whole nother subject.
Yeah, and the thing with friendship is the thing with friendship is you have to bring something to the friendship. You can't, I have had people that that I was a friend to them, but they wasn't a friend to me. Right. And during the whole friendship, it was more of me building them up, trying to pull them, trying to push them, motivate them, and they still just negative, like negative. I'm looking at them like, oh my goodness, like come on, man. Like you're draining me. The phone ring, you see their name, you be like, well, I'm not answering that. Because it's either bad news, and they're gonna talk to you about things that
it's always cloudy. The forecast is always cloudy when they're talking to you.
It's always cloudy.
The forecast
and they're not calling for solutions. They just calling just to complain.
Right. Right.
you know, and I have, talk to them and be like, hey, listen, you know, um, do you ever have anything positive to call me about?
Right.
Like, do you ever have anything positive? Like,
Right.
well, I just like, man, you give me good advice. And I'm like, yeah, but you still go left when I give it to you. And every time I give you, advice, you gonna, well, but, so a lot of times, I just don't even answer the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it has to get to a point where, whoever your circle is, whoever your friends are, they have to bring something to the friendship. They have to bring something to the conversation. They have to bring something to, the bond that y'all have. It's
And
not always
uplift
take,
each other,
take,
grow
take, take.
grow together. You know what I'm saying? Like grow on a mental level together. I think that's the most important thing. And I think a lot of times people, we've been told in our neighborhood, I'm still that, I'm still me. I ain't gonna never change. I'm still me. Well, that's not a good thing, because if you're still you at 15 and you're 35, something wrong.
Something is wrong.
So for you to say I'm still that same person, I mean that just showed you haven't grown. That's what it tells me, because it's all about evolving.
Yeah, it's about growing. Yeah.
That's what life is about. So
Yeah.
you got
You
to be
definitely
careful
shouldn't
with
be
that.
doing the same
I'm
thing you
still
was
the
doing.
same OG. I'm still the same old. Okay. Good luck with that. Yeah, crazy, man.
And they look at you crazy because
Yeah,
you have grown.
yeah, when you evolving.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know.
I think about when I first got my first house. I was 27 years old.
Right.
And we would have, people over, game night, had people over. And I mean, I lost so many friends and I won't say friends, I lost so many people because they seen my house, they seen how I was living, and they just couldn't handle it. And I'm like, wow, like, yeah, like, wow, I thought it was better than that.
It wasn't organically happy for you.
No.
Right. And
And
that's I'm sorry, go ahead, Cleveland. Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, and it was amazing to see. And these was people that I was real close to. I'm like, wow, like I can't believe that, that even went that route, because and at first I was like, well, maybe it's not that. But then of course they're gonna talk and conversate with other people that about, oh, he acting funny, he ain't the same.
Yeah.
He didn't move into the suburbs, he ain't the same dude from the mill.
Right.
And I'm like, oh
All
wow.
of
Yeah.
it.
So it got back to me like that. And I said, you know what? I'm like, boy, this is something else. This is what my grandmother used to tell me about.
Yeah.
Like, wow. Yeah.
Yeah. My circle so small it look like a period.
and for me, it's only a handful of people who I, considered, I would trust, with things that's going on in my life. Because I have a lot of people that I know, a lot of people that I,
right.
They'll pick up the phone and hit me up, call me. I might call them, check on them, see how they doing. But as far as, family, friends, people who I consider friends,
yeah,
it's, my circle. I like Drake said, I don't need no new friends. Like, I mean, I got my circle. We family.
Yeah, we're family. That's the way I look at it. And it's like the people that I do meet, they're just gonna be associates. They still gonna be associates. They might be great associates.
Yeah.
But and that's that. But and that's just the way it is. I mean, because everything else outside of family is business at this point.
And at our age, I mean, that's what we should be talking about. We shouldn't still be talking about. I have people who I have met, at the gym, you know, who, you know, we talk about sports. You know, I was part of a football team, you know, fan base or whatever, and we, you know, talk on social media and everything.
Right.
But most of the people that I recently met, you know, it's either through sports or it's through, you know, business.
Right.
Other than that, you know, I'm not looking for no new friends, no new family. Like you say, it's more business.
It's all about business now.
Yeah, it's all about business. Because I mean, what else should we be talking about?
Right. What else are we talking about at this point?
Because you can't have everybody in your circle.
Nah.
You just can't.
No,
and people have
yeah.
It's funny because I have done things over the years, like went to like we have had, you know, the reunion type deal, or we may go out and hang, and people will see that and they will be upset and be like, hey, you know, why wasn't I invited? And it's nothing against you or whatever, but it's situations where, you know, people that I invited were people that, you know, during this time or at that moment, that's who I was cool with. You know, I can't, if we having a reunion, you know, for Peppermill, I'm not, you know, you can come or whatever, but it's going to be a different type of, you know, reunion. It's going to be different type of crowd of people. Like, and I don't think you can handle those type of people because that was my hood time.
Right.
So, right. And they be like, why you ain't invite me? I'm like, hey man, listen.
Yeah.
That's not the party you want to come to.
Right.
You know, because even though you know me as this person, I still, before I became this person, I was that person. And I still got love for these dudes, but you wouldn't understand those people. You just you'll be looking like, oh goodness. Lordy, have mercy.
Right. And they definitely I remember and it's funny you say that because I was thinking about you know, when my wife was in the States with me and I was telling her about the reunion. She thought, oh, I want to go to the reunion. I said, no, you're not. Well, I'm talking about the period home. Yeah, I'm like, no.
Oh yeah, yeah,
baby,
not that one.
Trust me, I'm not hiding anything from you.
But you don't want this one,
baby. Listen,
because I'm gonna have to explain all night. Like, baby, listen.
Oh man,
when he said what he said, it was out of love.
Right, it is. You know, because you know how it is. Well, you already know how they get down on this side. You know, like, she wouldn't understand that. That's a whole different. They on a whole man. Yeah. She won't even be able to breathe clear air.
Because I've known when I have went back to New York to visit.
Yeah.
You know, and I have taken you know, my wife now, and you know, she just was amazed that, you know, just like you've been gone for so long and you still, you know, these people still remember you. Y'all still close. Even with my ex, you know,
still relevant.
She got a chance to see, and it's because that's how my family was raised. Like I said, we take friendship seriously. Like, we take it seriously. That's why I don't play the radio when it comes to who I let in my space. I just don't.
Right.
You know, and if I consider you a friend, I really could consider you a friend. So, you know, when I go there, you know, they got a chance to see me go from, like, my whole accent, my whole body language change. Like, when I cross Virginia,
you gravitate.
My whole body language change, my whole accent change. I go from over yonder to, yo, what's up, son? Because it's, you know, it's like speaking English.
Yeah.
I mean, I just do.
I mean, it's English, but it's New York English.
Yeah, and you have to be on your P's and Q's when you.
Like we talk down south, we have our slang.
I know how to kick it here, and I know how to kick it there.
Right.
I mean, it's just a different, you know, it's just a different atmosphere.
Yeah, different atmosphere, different word, different slang.
But one thing about me, I'm gonna always be genuine with, you know, how I am. I'm never gonna, you know, I'm never gonna not be, you know,
Right.
me. I just, yeah. So it's funny because I have, woo, growing up in the hood.
Yeah. No doubt.
And we have had some good dudes, you know, older dudes who, you know, like Bates, who, you know, who we looked up to, who took up on his wing.
Big up Bates.
Yeah, big up Bates. He really was another guy who
He was like the OG of the the OG of the young G.
yes.
yeah.
And he made me enjoy down south music.
Yeah.
You know, because I wasn't feeling it until he started playing music and introducing me to all these different artists, you know, Scarface and Ghetto Boys and the Dayton Family and, you know, stuff like that. I'm like, I'm sitting there listening like, I can't even understand what they're saying, but he was breaking it. Like, it's the same thing like the New York slang. You know, you just got to listen. You got to feel it. That's what he said. You got to feel it. You got to feel the music.
Yeah.
You know, and so I started transitioning. You know, he's another dude who, you know, who kind of, you know, paved the way for me to, you know, to enjoy Atlanta. Yeah. We had a lot of dudes to come through there, man. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
And giving a shout out to Paul.
Yeah, Steady.
Where you at, Paul?
We even had, you know, the Jamaican vibe, you know, of introducing.
We had
you know, I grew up on Jamaican music anyway, but I got a chance. Another guy who is family,
right?
Steady. He his family embraced us and invited us in. And one thing about them is, you know, they didn't play who they let in their family. They just didn't let everybody in their family.
No, they did not. They did not. It's true.
They kept it tight.
They kept it super tight.
But we was able to, you know, see them, introduce ourselves, and the rest was history. You know,
they was like family to us also.
Introduced us to, you know, to the Jamaican
culture.
The Jamaican culture with them.
That was my introduction to Jamaican culture.
And I grew up around it, you know, but it was never actually straight from Jamaica. It was more of, you know, Jamaicans in New York. You know, they was born and raised in New York. They maybe their grandparents was from Jamaica, but we actually got a chance to and he's another person that we consider family. You know,
big up Steady. Big up Steady.
Yeah. I mean, I even had close family that was from Mexico. You know, rest in peace to my boy Sergio. Yeah. He was another person who. It's funny because his mother, I would go to their house all the time, and this is back when, you know, I've never had Mexican food. You know, we didn't. You know, black people didn't start really doing Mexican food until like what 20 years ago.
I want to say, honestly speaking, man, we didn't start messing with Mexican food till I want to say late 90s.
Yeah.
I can honestly say that, you know, when I really started.
Yeah, we didn't, you know, we didn't eat Mexican food. And then his mother used to cook. Like I would come over his house and she would cook and I would never eat. And so she got offended. So he came to me and said, Clevo, because that's what he called me, Clevo. My mother, man, she get offended, man. She cooking, you won't eat. I said, well, Sergio, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't eat, because I will always come over there and say I just ate.
Right.
And she's like, you want something to eat, Clevo? I'll be like, no, I just ate. And man, she cooked. So she cooked. She made a burrito.
Yeah.
And she pulled out this green looking stuff, which is which we know as guacamole now.
And you
I'm like, looking at that. I said, oh no, that look like. I told her, I said, that look like baby diarrhea. I'm not eating that, Sergio. I said, I mean, no disrespect to your mother, but I'm not eating that. You know, and they took me in like family, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, every time I would come over there, she, you know, she was cooking, and the first once I ate it, she would always, you know, make me that same burrito. She's like, I got a burrito for you.
Yeah.
You know, rice, beans,
Yeah.
yeah, eggs in it.
I remember when Sergio first moved up there, man, and man, Lindell, he was just he was full of mischief, man. He used to pick on.
He used to give Sergio the business, didn't he?
Oh man, I used to have to tell him that leave that
Leave
man
him alone. Leave him alone.
dude.
Yeah.
He's not bothering anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, Sergio was on this little Pee Wee Herman bike. I remember that like it was yesterday. And
Yeah.
and I want to say Lindell like threw a stick in the front wheel, you know.
And it flipped.
Oh yeah, got him. You know, it got caught up, and he fell off the bike and skinned his legs up, and you know, curse him out in Spanish. Oh man.
Yeah, we over the years we have accumulated some good people that you know,
a variety of people too. You know, that's the thing about like when I grew up in the hood, Imperial Homes, like I mean, everybody was, you know, we all from the hood. So when we moved out of Imperial Homes, I was 15. So that was when I got a chance to deal with different people other than myself. You know what I mean? Like everybody else in Imperial Home, okay, I see how we move because I'm this is what I'm this, you know, I've seen it. I grew up in it. So it was just different. It was just different when I grew up when we moved out of the hood because you know, you was coming from New York, Raheem was coming from New Jersey. You had Robert and what's the other brother? I forget the other. They were
Mike.
The two brothers. Yeah, Mike and Robert from New Orleans. Lindell was from New Orleans. Serge from Mexico. I mean, everybody. We had people like from everywhere. Then like we did. Paul them. They was from Jamaica.
Yeah. Then we had
we was dealing with Lil Johnny. He's from New Orleans. So it was like it was like a big gumbo.
It was. Fred was from I think Alabama or something like that. Well, Fred grew up in Atlanta, but yeah. So we had variety. We had all types of.
Do you remember? Let me ask you this before you go. All right. Do you remember when okay, not like in front of me, like down, like right before you get to Mike. Okay, because Mike was in the next unit to me, Lil Mike. Okay, but across there, no, above Mike. Let me say this right. Okay, above Mike it was all men, right? And then across from them, down the hill where we used to play football at, I think that were all women. Now maybe I got it. Maybe I'm saying it backwards. You remember that? They was all Mexicans though. It was one apartment full of.
It's about marrying them.
And there was another apartment full of Mexican women.
It's about marrying them. Yeah.
And all of a sudden they just started meeting up, and all of a sudden they were made up, and all of a sudden they move out. Then another group they meet up, made up, move out. Oh man, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I do. Marrying all of them. Yeah.
That was crazy. That. Yeah. And then, you know, like I said, it was diverse. It was diverse. But like I said, which one? It was a little white boy. His mother got
Andy.
one. Huh?
Andy and Jason.
Yeah, but one of the mothers got with the Mexican guys.
Yeah, that was Andy. Well, that was Jason.
Yeah. Was that Jason? Yeah, Jason.
That was a little bad boy.
Yeah, Jason, because Andy had the older mother. He had the older mother.
Yeah. And the thing is, this is just how far back me and him go. Like me and Daniel, we've been, like I said, we've been friends since '89.
Right.
And when I tell you we have so much history, and like I said, this is my brother. Like we've been through a lot together.
Yeah.
You know, some good, some bad, but we've been through a lot together, and we still here, still standing. And that was one of the reasons why we want to do the podcast, because we want to get back to how it was back when family was important, you know, friends was important. You know, when the Black community was strong, when we actually had a Black community, when we actually, you know, held everybody accountable for, you know, for their actions, and we was building, you know, we was communicating, you know, it was all love. Now we don't even have that. Like we don't even have communities, Black communities anymore.
No.
Like it's so diluted, and we so far from each other. Like the city of Atlanta is not is not like it used to be.
No, it's not Atlanta anymore.
Yeah, you can't find other than the West End maybe. It's
Yeah.
still still considered to be a black
For
area.
now.
Yeah, for now.
And it's slowly it's about 3 years out for just doing a whole flip or 360. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, but
we go all the way back, bro.
yeah, we go all the way back. We truly family, and like I said, we ran into some people over the years that we consider family. I mean, we can't say everybody's name, but those who they know who they are. We still stay in contact. We still friends.
Right.
We still kick it. We still, we plan on once everything open up, have a reunion to bring everybody, back, get everybody together.
Right.
I even got family, family from high school, people who are considered friends, but we family. Y'all know who y'all. I got teammates, guys who I play football with, who are considered family. Yeah. So yeah, this definitely was one show that we had to do. We've been talking about doing it for a while, but we had to do it because me and him, we go way back, and we do consider each other family, friends plus family. Yeah,
no doubt. Well, bro, as always, it's been a pleasure.
Yes.
As we say in Espanol, es un placer. All right. So, in closing, brother, what do you want to words of food for thought, words of wisdom in closing?
All right. First of all, go hit the like button, subscribe and share. We really appreciate y'all support, and as friends, family. We need y'all. We need y'all to to keep this podcast strong and be able to bring other podcasts similar to this one. I'm gonna just say, over the years, I have met a lot of people who who I consider to be friends, and they have turned into family. And one thing about family, we need each other in order for us to be able to the person that you see in front of me. It's a lot of people that I know have made me the man that I am, because I've learned so much from them. They have gave me advice, I have gave them advice. We have basically built friendship. I've seen their kids grow up. They seen my daughter grow up. They seen me get married, get divorced, get married again, and yeah, so I don't take that word friendship lightly, and I definitely don't take the word brotherhood lightly either, or sisterhood. I have some people who I went to school with that are females that we are family. Erica, that's my goddaughter's mother. We are family. So I just say that appreciate everyone who's been in my life, who I consider friend and family, and let's just continue to keep motivating and pushing each other.
No doubt. I just want to say, friends are like gold. Some are more valuable than others. You got your 10 karat gold, you got your 14 karat gold, you got your 24 karat gold. So that's how I look at friends. You got friends on different levels. Some you could talk about certain subjects, some just sports. Some you can talk about anything. Life experiences. But I also want to thank the people who that are my friends, as well as associates. I mean, I have some really, really cool associates that I've met throughout the years. So I want to thank you for that. Continue to support, like, share, and subscribe. We will be continue doing more shows like this. Continue to support the platform. Yeah. Until then, we're out.
Peace. Mm, mm.